Humanitarian organizations often face multiple challenges when trying to track their equipment. These expensive assets are spread over multiple field locations, and the recording of these is often done manually using Excel spreadsheets. The consolidation of these spreadsheets at capital level is often cumbersome and not error-free. So this project aims to improve the tracking process by introducing QR codes and a smartphone application. Let's first have a look at our Excel spreadsheet. It's a conventional equipment list with columns like designation, brand, model, serial number, purchase price, etc. We have one critical column called Excel ID at the right hand side that needs to have unique numbers in order for the system to work correctly. On top of this database, we also have a sheet called QR codes. This is where we are going to create the QR codes for our equipment. If we click on one in E2, we automatically will create all the QR codes for equipment 1 to 18. We can then print them onto label stickers and affix them individually on the relevant equipment. This will enable us later to actually track this equipment using our smartphone application. The QR code will basically contain all the information of the individual equipment. Before we actually show the smartphone application, it would be nice for the phone to be able to import as well all these data in this database. So what we're going to do is export, or rather save, this equipment list into as XML data into OneDrive. OneDrive being similar to Dropbox. And we're going to save it as an array of current equipment using that particular map. This particular XML data file contains all our equipment. We are now going to use the smartphone app. It's a Windows 8 smartphone application. It's called QR code. When I first click on it, it will ask me to register. So I will register my base. Here I will type, for example, Nairobi, and save this information. I will now go to OneDrive, sign in into my OneDrive account with the phone using my credentials. This can take a bit of sign in. And I will be redirected to a new page. It will ask me whether I want to give access to personal information and also sign in automatically. I will say yes. I'm being signed in. And I can now download the equipment file from OneDrive. My equipment file is now on the phone. I will restart the application and import this equipment file. It can take about 10 to 15 seconds. So this is now importing all the equipment that we had in our Excel spreadsheet. Now that I've added all these equipment, I can now scan using the phone's camera the QR code that we put on the equipment itself. And then by just tapping, it will go into focus, read the QR code, and then ask me whether I want to edit the detail for that particular equipment. I will click OK. So this is the detailed equipment page where we have the basic information on top. The phone will also give me, through the GPS, latitude and longitude. It will also record at the back the date and time it was scanned. I can then edit some of its details, like the current user, whether it's working or not working, the status, condition, so whether it's good, old, or damaged, and the current project has been assigned to. Once I've done editing this information, I just need to press on the Save button, and it will add this record. Now I can add another, edit another equipment just by scanning another QR code. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we are simply going to upload now our scans using OneDrive. So here I'm being signed in again into OneDrive, and I will upload my scans to OneDrive. It will create a file called base1.xml, which will arrive here. It contains the information that we just edited in our page. In order for this information to be consolidated into one, because I could have multiple bases like base 1, base 2, etc. And sometimes I could have conflicts with past equipment showing up on different bases. So I have made a small program called console merge XML that will simply resolve the conflicts, but also create a consolidated base summary. Now that this base summary is in our OneDrive folder, I can go back to my Excel spreadsheet, go to equipment tracking, and here, because the basis summary is linked to this Excel spreadsheet, I just need to refresh the data, and this information will appear on this spreadsheet. This concludes our demonstration of this smart application and use of QR codes.